We are now heading towards game number 6, and the map is Ring of Roots. I love this map. On this map, players start here surrounded by this palisade. They have big goals, big stones inside. On the middle of the map, on the center, you have this small portion of land where you can mill or where you can place a dock and eat all of those small shore fishes. Also, gaining the map control of the center means that you can just place a castle on your opponent's face, and if you are on Imperial Age, a trebuchet can reach from anywhere on this position. But if you're looking towards making your strategy on the external part of the map, you can also have access to multiple shore fishes here. Perhaps not the best map to use fishing ships, but honestly a great map for you to drop like a mill or a dock to fish using your villagers because of this food source. Players are playing as Bengalis and Koreans. I think that Koreans have multiple options here. They can play with the war wagons, they can play with towers to control the map, they can play with the combination of rocket cart plus a Fire Lancer, which Andy already used it here with a lot of success. But Bengali does have their charm as well. Bengali can play with one of the best monks in the game, the Bengali monks that have extra armor. They can try to play a fast castle into Rata, their unique unit that has both ranged and melee mode, and it's a crazy good unit. And of course, their biggest thing about the Bengalis is that they do gain extra villagers upon advancing. Every time a Bengali advances to the next stage, he gains 2 extra villagers per town center. So you go towards Feudal Age, 2 extra views. Go to Castle Age, 2 extra views. So if both players make a fast castle, the Korean might reach fast castle with like, I don't know, 25 villagers, while Bengali doing the same time will have like 29. That might not seems like a lot, but we are talking about a huge increase in the economy because of economical units. As you can see, Lewis is already moving himself towards the back here. He's luring deers that are on the neutral areas. He's milling here the fish and eating several fish, even with multiple meals. Honestly, I actually like the idea of dropping a dock instead of a meal, because the dock also blocks your opponent. Let's see Andy. As you can see, Andy also dropped a dock. He is actually fishing. The thing about the dock is that you can actually make like a single fire galley and go around and then just raid all of these villagers with the fire galley. In some games, players are actively fighting for the center, but it seems that those guys are playing a more conservative way. Of course, not for Andy, that has already some mana times ready. That's very interesting. So Andy is going towards Feudal Age, he's about to reach it. He has multiple mana times, so he might actually rush his opponent using those guys, and he has views coming forward here. Alright, Minotaurs on the right and villagers on the center. What is he planning? Walls, okay, okay. He's trying to wall Lewis. Alright, with a few villagers he did manage to block Lewis' access to the center. That was pretty smart. Lewis is collecting both stone and gold, so we can assume that he's going for a castle play. And the Minotaurs, well, they didn't find any living targets here, so they're just killing beauties. Lewis is on the way to Castle Age. Andy, well, he's just trying to develop his economy now. He's also sending archers. Archers from Koreans, men at arms, hitting hard here, but a castle that Lewis just dropped it might be able to easily kill those stone walls and give him access to the center. Andy has several economical units here on the center eating food, and those can all be raided by the Bengali Ratas once Lewis actually breaks the wall. First layer has been broken. Men at arms dived into the fields. They do manage to kill a villager, but they all die. And now there are ratas going towards the outside. About the ratas, guys, 100 HP, 3 to armor, 10 attack. Honestly, this is a similar stat of a knight. I think that it might even beat a knight in 1v1 because of its higher armor. I don't know about the attack speed. And it also deals blast damage. So when hitting the units, all the adjacent units that are very close to it ended up dying. So this is a nightmare to deal with. This unit is very strong, and Lewis is attacking both from the external area and from inside as well. Damn, Andy might actually die here. Unbelievable. Ratas are changing towards the ranged mode to try and snipe the spearman. So basically, it's a knight that can switch his towards a Cav Archer kind of unit. It's difficult to counter with a single unit. Fish has been raided. External area does belong now to Lewis. He's raiding here with a lot of Ratas on the inside. The game looks a lot better for him on this position. Andy is desperately trying to survive. He's trying to drop towers, a few Fire Lancer. My god, the idea of walling back the guy here just failed badly because the castle has an astonishing amount of damage against stone walls. The Ratas are now surrounding his economy and attacking most of it. Yeah, he's not on good shoes. Okay. That's Andy's plan, to drop a castle, a defensive one. Well, it couldn't be an offensive one, right? I think that he's in a bad spot here. This castle can actually buy him some time to try and recompose himself, but uh-oh. There comes a castle here from the Bengali. The Wagons cannot fight against the Ratas in the melee mode, but they actually do several damage here because of their high attack. Damn, this just looks so uncomfortable. The TC is already under castle fire. There are also mangonels hitting the town center, so now Andy, that has a very limited economy, is being forced to waste several resources just in order to repair the town center. He has a lot of views forward. Let me take a look on his resources. Yeah, he has enough to drop a castle. So it seems that his plan is to go there and drop a castle and attack Lewis from the external area. Is that gonna work? I don't know. Alright, he's trying to make the castle, but Lewis does a defensive castle faster, and Andy calls for the GG. Andy would never go towards Imperial Age, guys. That was a game to be played on castle. He had no economical units eating food here. He was getting raided both on the middle and also on the external area. I guess feudal age approach didn't just work against Bengali. Bengali is one of the best civilizations to defend from feudal age by FC, doing some kind of phosphorus castle age or just a regular castle into either Monk and Siege or Ratas. So well played by Lewis, and it seemed that like he had no difficulty whatsoever. He was already messing up petards, so his big plan was to just mess enough petards and dive into the TC and finish to kill it. Pretty good, pretty good. Let's go for the final game. They're tied here, 3 for each. Oh my god, I'm not explored. There I am. Okay, I'm explored now. Alright, so they are played here. They are gonna play here in the map called Canberra. Canberra is this map. You have like this small portion of water connecting both player space. As you can see, it goes from the range of the town center until the range of the enemy town center. So you can already guess, if you go towards Imperial Age and you can control the water, you can use units such as Dromons, Cannon Galleons, to then finish off your opponent's TC. So fighting for water might actually be important. On the center of this map, you have one big shorefish. A fish that actually gives you 30,000 food. So basically, if you can somehow control the water from the beginning and drop like several fishing ships, you can just boost your economy as much as you want here. You can actually place something like 12 fishing ships there, and then you just have enough resources to go to Imperial Age. So it's crazy good. So often players are either going for water to try and take it, or going for some strategy like towers or a castle drop to deny their enemies to access this water. You were walled by palisades, which can be quite fragile. So often players are actually gonna ignore the water to some extent and just go for some monk and siege push or some castle drop. Let's see how they're going to play. And is playing with the Armenians. A great civilization, has access to the fortified churches, has a good bonus here on the economy for both wood and gold, so they're great civ to fight for water as well. And they have access to both fortified churches and also the warrior priest, a great unit to control the map in the early castle age and take the relics. As for Lewis, well, he's going for the Byzantines, another one of the favorite civilizations on this tournament. The Byzantine have a great fast Imperial Age, it's cheaper, their castle has a lot more HP, all their buildings have more HP. And in the 1v1, their fire galleys wins against a regular fire galley. So both players are going for docks here. And is starting to fish as well, followed by Lewis. Interesting. Lewis is now adding a mule, so this means that Lewis is actively going for a fast castle kind of build, because you just cannot go for mule, mining camp and all these villagers while it's still on feudal age unless you are planning to click straight up to castle age later. As for Andy, guys, he's actually going to play here on the water because he's advancing very fast to the feudal age. Only now he's thinking about investing to a mill. He probably realized that feudal age is gonna be his, and he's even bringing views forward. I wonder what he's planning to do. Perhaps dropping a tower here, I don't know. Yep, that is it. He's dropping a tower outside of his dock, and this tower pretty much states, hey, you are not gonna fish here, Lewis. It doesn't matter what you do, as long as I have this tower, you are not gonna place fishing ships here. And meanwhile, obviously, Andy is still fishing. Okay, so two fire ship eating out the enemy dock. It doesn't work, guys, to already go for multiple fishing ships here, because since they're all in the same spot, Lewis can actually use demolition rafts to take out several of these units. As you can see, he has here a demolition raft on the quill. Let's see how successful he is. Oh, he canceled and restarted doing it. I don't know why. Anyway, when you look at Lewis' economy, as you can see, he's only making now a few farms, he's still eating some shellfish, and his plan, judging by the amount of gold, is to go for monasteries. There comes the demolition raft. Is he gonna make a strike and alter fishing ships? I don't know, guys. Let us see, let us see. He deleted! Why? Why is Lewis canceling his demolition raft? Guys, I don't know what's happening. He's just queuing up demolition rafts and cancelling them. Is he trying to confuse Andy somehow? I don't know. Well, I don't know what the plan is. Okay, he finally drops it, kill two villagers and injure the other two. I don't know why he did cancel that. If it was a mistake on his hotkeys or something, I honestly don't know what was the deal with canceling the demolition raft. I actually have to ask someone better. I'm missing knowledge to understand this move. Anyway, freaking Andy is moving here with villagers. He's dropping a fortified church on the left. He's dropping a fortified church on the right. As you can see, he's doing like a great job with the outposts. That's a great characteristics from the players on this tournament. They actually play very well, dropping multiple outposts, and those outposts gives them essential information. One thing that I'm finding it weird about Andy's game is that he's only using two fishing ships. Honestly, as soon as I had water under my control, I would make at least 6 fishing ships here. So I don't understand what's happening here. He's making monks. They're fighting for the relics. Remember, guys, that Andy is Armenian, so he already starts with one relic on his initial fortified church. There's a scout there trying to take the monk and he fails. 2 relics for Andy, 3 relics for Andy. There's a 4th relic very close to the monastery. Meanwhile, Lewis just failed to get any relic. Oh no, there comes the first one. So the game doesn't look like so great for Lewis, guys. He's playing a monk war, losing the scout, not controlling the map. This looks like the worst possible game for him. There he comes, trying to drop a castle here to retake the center. And he just gives up here and goes back. Only 4 fishing ship, I wonder why. Ooh, great play by the monks, huh? Ignoring the fortified churches here and trying to convert the fishing ship. Great play by Lewis. And is trying to surround him, is trying to control the map. Lewis is just slowly fighting back here using his monks, and he's about to click up. Okay, beautiful. Imperial Age here, click for the Byzantine Lewis. Imperial Age about to be clicked here by Andy. He's missing a second building, which might be the siege workshop. Okay, he did click. Dropping more dogs, that looks interesting. Okay, I love the placement of those 2 docks. As you can see, guys, those 2 docks together kind of block the river. So it's impossible that Lewis do any play here to transport petards or something here. Lewis is doing his own castle. Fire galley is attacking the enemy. He did convert 1. Lewis losing several monks, that was a terrible fight for him. But he is about to drop a second castle, and as you can see, 2 castles and Imperial Age. Now he can try to retake everything. Remember, guys, that he not only has a transport ship here, but he also is playing as the Byzantine, which means that he can play with Drummels to help. For now, only trebuchets and monks. Attacking the enemy castle. And is defending here by repairing the castle, using Drummels. Oh, there comes a... What's in this transport ship? Oh my goodness, guys, look at that. There are 6 petards on this transport ship. So Lewis' plan, and I didn't notice that, is to place the 6 petards, transport here on Andy's base, drop them on the face of his town center and kill it. But here's the thing. Andy's trying to block it with a wall. If he does block successfully, he's not gonna die. Let's take a look. Drummels cannot kill this. Unbelievable, he did block. He did block with the Drummels. Beautiful. And the petards. Oh my god. Oh my god. There comes the petards. There comes the petards. But Andy's walling. Andy's walling. And only 3 petards. I think that only a single one's gonna hit. Yeah, only a single one hits. It feels like Lewis' plan has failed. He also has Drummels. He's bringing all the views to the front. What am I seeing, guys? His castle is about to go down. He's bringing several trebuchets. That's an all-win. That's a last desperate move. If he manages to, he can actually kill the enemy town center. But if he fails, game is over. Can those trebuchets reach the TC? There are a lot of views trying to kill them. Drummels are trying to hit. Oh my god, they can reach the town center. Oh my god, I don't know if Andy is gonna be able to kill the trebuchets with views, because there are also views from Lewis repairing. The TC is under siege. It doesn't matter how well Andy is on the game. The TC is going down, guys. That's the end. What an emotional final here. Lewis just dropped his plans of killing Andy in the 1v1 here. He was having a lot of difficulties. Andy had more relics. Andy had more map control. He had a forward castle. He was doing a lot of stuff. He did his defense and did stop the petards. So Lewis just said, okay, the Patriots plan failed. As long as this game keeps going, this is not looking good for me. Time to go for an all-in, and the all-in actually did work because the trebuchets could reach even from the outside. That's very very interesting. It means that if Andy had like a palisade here, a second layer of palisades, he would have survived. Who would actually guess that, guys? Such a crazy play and such a crazy game for the final of the series. Congrats, Lewis, for your first big tournament win here. Winning Sudden Disaster 2 against a fellow mate here from Onimaru. Onimaru is on top, huh? Quite interesting. Damn, very interesting, guys. So even without the fish, Lewis did some crazy good up times because of the Byzantine. He was not succeeding here. He only converted to units while he actually lost 8. Uh, Andy was having a way better KD. So the game, if it was played in a regular 1v1 scenario, would probably be a lot in favor of Andy's. But this is sudden death, and killing the TC is what matters. So congrats for Lewis.